Today's going to be a day full of rematches.
Last time we played against C9, we actually had a really strong early game.
Coast having a great early game, but I think this might be it. Cloud9 taking a victory, and it's going to be at 40 minutes.
As long as we're playing as a solid unit, I think we can beat them.
CLG forced to run 4 for 1 to Evil Geniuses.
We have a lot of history with CLG. We beat him once.
We can beat him again.
Yeah! That's just going to be the game. Evil Geniuses picking up their first win of the North American LCS.
The week 2 against Dignitas, we lost to them.
A lot is riding on Dignitas. Oh my God! Crumbs gets it! They try to get the re-steal! Coming out very strong. They're able to take out XDG.
We got a lot better, and I think we're going to beat him.
And he's going to go for him.
Oh my gosh! He actually grabs it!
Last time we played against TSM, I think we failed to prepare.
Great game by Team Solo Mid.
That's a thumbs up there from Dyrus.
We're looking to break the second winning streak this week.
Hello and welcome to Week 4, Day 2 of the NALCS Spring Split. The audience is fired up as we beam out to you live from our studios in Los Angeles, California. I'm Rivington Bison III, and with me is the man, the myth, the Joshua Chat Leesman.
I think you're going to be a bit too much credit right now, Riv, but I'm pretty happy to be here today.
We're going to be cleaning it up.
Really good rematch game.
Let's get the crystal ball cleaned off. We got another day of big matches coming up. Let's jump right into it. Starting with the headline for CLG today, Houston, Dexter has landed. After rotating Link to the jungle, sliding subs into the mid, first with Hotshot, and then with Chowster, they're finally locking in a player that mains the jungle.
Yeah, finally for CLG. Dexter is coming to CLG. There's a lot of hype behind him. From EU, he was a force with Lemon Dogs. CLG fans are really hoping he'll be able to turn their season around and make them a force to be reckoned with instead of just a middle-of-the-pack team.
Something else for them. It's going to hopefully be good. And when it comes to teams to be reckoned with, a few would argue that TSM is at the top. They hold first place, and they've claimed the MVP title for one of their players 3 weeks in a row. And they are edging closer towards another milestone, the record for the longest winning streak in the NALCS. So far, they've won 8 straight games.
And that record is currently held by Cloud9, who won 13 games straight in the summer split. TSM's getting strong play from every position, so we'll see if they can continue that streak.
Absolutely. In their last game against Evil Geniuses, Bjergsen died more than ever than he has in this split. Is that showing vulnerability?
Yeah, I don't think TSM has to worry about Bjergsen having 4 or 5 deaths in a game because Dyrus picked up the slack and then some in that game. The whole TSM crew can help around him if he gets focused.
Yeah, after that game, a lot of people on Twitter were like, weren't there nerfs to Shyvana? Yeah, Dyrus doesn't think so. Well, Curus is no doubt hoping to start a streak of their own after a successful debut of St. Vicious as support.
Yeah, there were so many questions about St. Vicious. Is this going to work? Is this permanent? Why is the coach putting himself in the lineup? But he was impressive yesterday. He had a lot of early aggression. He gave Dignitas actually their first loss since week 1. So his Alistair was a big part of all that, and maybe he'll see it again.
Well, if it's all up to the coach, then nobody can say no, right?
Absolutely.
You're in. And with their win over Dignitas, Curse was able to move up in the standings. But let's take a look at how the whole league stacks up coming into today. In first place, 8 wins and 1 loss, it's Team Solo Mid. Right behind them in second is Cloud9. Third place, it's going to be Crumbs and Dignitas. They're sitting at 6 and 3.
Yeah, and then it's a tie for 4th place. Counterlogic Gaming and Curse for that spot. 6th place is held by Evil Geniuses at 3 and 6. And the place no one wants to be, the bottom of the standings, Coast and XDG at 2 and 7.
Then turning to our schedule today, it kicks off with Dexter's debut in the NALCS as Counterlogic Gaming takes on Evil Geniuses.
Then Curse will look to topple the juggernauts that are TSM. After that, Cloud9 will take to the Rift against Coast, and we'll wrap up the NALCS with XDG versus Dignitas.
Indeed we will. Then stick around for the North American Challenger Series. Tonight we have our second semifinal, Determined Gaming versus Cognitive Gaming. Now let's check in with some of your highlights from yesterday's action. That's right, it's the hashtag LCS Big Plays. First up, we have a clip from TSM versus EG with Pobelter doing some fancy footwork to outplay Bjergsen. At BO1, James says Pobelter is such a god. The Fizz playful trickster bait on Bjergsen was amazing. Here's your number 2.
But this was the fight right here. Okay, let's see, because he gets damage on Bjergsen. Bjergsen distorts, and as he jumps back, he knew he was going to come. Flashes over to Chase then and finishes him off with an ultimate. That was amazing. Yeah, right there you could see, even though he did give up the extra assist, the flashiness of that play was absolutely worth it.
Playful trickster indeed.
Yeah, very playful. Next up, the Curse versus Dignitas game. With a St. Vicious, really OP headbutt against Curse. The tweet was from Sierra Nos. Holy cow. St. Vicious' headbutt denying Baron steal attempt. That's 2 St. LCS big plays in 1 game. Here's your number 1.
does take it down. That's a bit of gold. Here comes the teleport in. It's going to be Cruiser. Do they have it? Oh, no, that is not going to happen for you, Crumbs. They get in. It's going to be getting out of the fight that's going to be tough. It's Cruiser right in the back line. Crumbs tries to, I think I can help you. And he may be able to. On to Boy, but the focus is there from Curse. You can almost hear the comms. And we see that, anybody's up to make big plays. It's for you guys to really find them.
Even the supports.
Even the support. Yeah. So always hit us up at lolesports.com. Use the hashtag LCSBigPlays. We may share your favorite play on our next broadcast. While you're at it, at lolesports.com, browse a while. There you can find the most up-to-date news and analysis, interviews with your favorite players, stats, box scores, and every NA LCS game we broadcast this season. Plus, all that chat can be safely stored in one place.
Yeah, also you can click on tickets to reserve your spot in our studio audience, and then also 2 big events which are coming up.
Absolutely. On February 16th, you can see the NA Challenger Series players in the flesh when we host their finals here in the studio.
And immediately following our LCS show on February 22nd and 23rd, we'll be hosting the North American Collegiate Championship.
It's been going well. I'm excited for a lot of those teams. It's some good play. Then let us know who you think will take today's games. Click on matches at the top right, go to Week 4, and lock in your vote. Now for a little perspective on Week 4's big developments, let's send it over to Freak and Kobe at the analyst desk.